The snow fell silently on the slopes of Kufri, wrapping the hill station in a blanket of eerie stillness. Vikram and Anya arrived late, too late. The road leading to the town was slippery, the fog so thick that even their car's headlights were rendered useless. The Silver Pines Hotel stood like a relic of colonial solitude, its wooden beams groaning under the weight of decades. They checked into room 306, top floor, far end of the corridor. Mr. Negi, the aging manager, handed them the keys with a pause. Room 306, he muttered. Take care not to leave the windows open at night. Wind's unforgiving. Anya laughed it off. Vikrant noticed the way the man's eyes lingered, just a moment too long. But he was tired, too tired to care. Inside, the room was beautiful. Wood-paneled walls, a large antique mirror, and a fireplace that crackled as if awaiting their arrival. Outside, the snowstorm intensified. The first night was perfect. They made love by the fire, drank wine, watched the flames until sleep took them. Anya had strange dreams. A woman standing by the window, snow blowing inward despite the glass. Whispers, someone saying her name again and again. Anya, Anya, Anya. She woke in a cold sweat, Vikrant snoring beside her. She stared into the mirror. For a second, just a flash, she saw something else. Another face. Not hers. She screamed. The second night, she vanished. The bed was untouched. No signs of a struggle. Her clothes were in place. Her phone on the side table. Vikrant searched the entire hotel. The hallways. The snow-covered grounds. The lake behind the lodge. He shouted her name until his throat went raw. The staff gathered. No one had seen her leave. The CCTV showed nothing. The hallway camera outside room 306 went black between 1:33 and 1:47 a.m. 17 minutes of nothingness. Room 306 was silent. The police came. They searched the hotel, the hills, the surrounding forest trails. No signs of Anya, no footprints in the snow outside their window. No forced doors, nothing on the CCTV past midnight. Inspector Dawan, a wiry man with tired eyes, interrogated Vikrant in the lounge. When did you last see her? Last night. We had dinner in the room. She brushed her hair. We talked. She was asleep beside me. Any fights? Number, we were fine. Any history of mental illness? No. You don't seem shocked. Vikrant stared into the fireplace. I am. But something in him had already cracked. It wasn't just shock. It was recognition. Vikrant stormed into Mr. Negi's office. I want to see the register. Guest records. Mr. Negi hesitated. Why? Because this has happened before, hasn't it? The old manager's face didn't change, but his eyes flinched. He slowly opened a cabinet and pulled out a dusty black leather ledger. Look, he said, opening to room 306. The pages were water-stained. Most of the entries had faded, but some names remained. In 1983, Nisha Dutt, missing. 1991, Abha Sen, no trace. 2004, Maya Kapoor, police closed case. And then 2018, Irameta, presumed dead. Vikrant's hand trembled. This can't be real. Mr. Negi simply said, Room 306 doesn't like secrets. After the police left with no leads, Vikrant stormed into Mr. Negi's office again. I want to see the register. Guest records. Mr. Negi hesitated. Why? Because this has happened before, hasn't it? The old manager's face didn't change, but his eyes flinched. He slowly opened a cabinet and pulled out a dusty black leather ledger. Look, he said, opening to room 306. The pages were water-stained. Most of the entries had faded, but some names remained. In 1983, Nisha Dutt, missing. 1991, Abha Sen, no trace. 2004, Maya Kapoor, police closed case. And then 2018, Ira Mehta, presumed dead. Vikrant's hand trembled. This can't be real. Mr. Negi simply said, Room 306 doesn't like secrets. Vikrant stopped sleeping. He stayed in the room, staring into the mirror for hours. It began showing him things, not reflections, memories. Anya laughing as she danced to an old song. Ira crying, face swollen, eyes wide. Him shouting, breaking a bottle, blood on the floor. Vikrant shook his head. Number I never hurt them. The mirror whispered otherwise. He called Ira's sister. Did she ever mention this place? She paused. She said she had dreams of snow. A room where the walls breathed. She was terrified of mirrors before she disappeared. Vikrant fell silent. You were the last person she spoke to. Vikrant wasn't alone anymore. Every night he heard breathing in the room. Sometimes the window opened itself. The mirror fogged up. One night he saw her. Not Anya. Ira, drenched, pale. She stood at the foot of the bed, hair matted, eyes hollow. You brought her here, she said in a voice like wind through cracked glass. You lied to me. He screamed. Through the lamp. The figure vanished. In the morning, the mirror had a new crack. He finally confessed. To Inspector Dewan. To himself. Ira didn't drown, she ran. From me. We fought. I was obsessed. Possessive. She wanted out. I threatened her. Then she vanished. You never told anyone this? Dewan asked. I told myself she was gone. But I brought that guilt here. Maybe the room feeds on it. The inspector said nothing, just scribbled. Vikrant checked out, left the hotel, moved to another town, tried to rebuild, get therapy. But the dreams followed. He saw Anya's face in reflections, heard her calling him through snow. He couldn't escape. 3 months later, he returned to room 306. Vikrant lit the fireplace, sat in front of the mirror. I'm ready, he whispered. The glass rippled. Anya appeared, beautiful, still, her eyes full of betrayal. You brought me here, just like her. No, he sobbed. I loved you. You lied to both of us. You brought your shadows with you. From the corner, Ira's ghost stepped out. Behind her others, Maya, Abha, Nisha. Women who never left room 306. You were always the key, they said together. The fireplace roared. The walls groaned. And then, Vikrant vanished. The room stood silent. Vikrant returned to room 306 after nearly 48 hours of searching, collapsing from exhaustion. The police, the villagers, and even Mr. Nagy had started to believe he might be mentally disturbed. But Vikrant couldn't stop. Something about the mirror, something about the room, called him back. It was 2:46 a.m. He stared at the mirror again, and this time, it blinked. Anya's face appeared, only it wasn't Anya from the wedding photos. Her face was bruised, her eyes bloodshot. Her mouth moved in silent terror. Behind her stood a shadow, tall, faceless. Vikrant smashed the mirror, but instead of shattering it rippled. He reached out. His hand passed through. Without hesitation, he stepped in. Room 306 remained locked for 3 days after Vikrant's disappearance. Mr. Nagy called the police, but no one answered. The snowstorm had isolated the hill station entirely. No one could come. No one could leave. Then on the 4th morning, the door opened by itself. Inside was Vikrant, seated in the armchair by the fireplace, pale, motionless, eyes wide open. But he wasn't dead. He was whispering something. Inspector Dawan, now stationed nearby due to repeated disappearances, arrived by snowmobile. He bent near Vikrant and listened. They never left, Vikrant whispered. They were always here. I see them every time I blink. Who? The women, her, all of them. He looked up. The mirror shows everything you bury. That night, the power went out. The hotel plunged into darkness. When it came back on, Vikrant had vanished again. Inspector Dewan did what no one dared. He stayed in room 306 overnight. He set up a body cam, lights, salt lines around the mirror. Midnight. The room sighed. The fireplace crackled even though he hadn't lit it. He looked into the mirror. A face looked back. Not his. Anya. Behind her, Vikrant, whispering her name. Behind him, other women. Faces pale and torn. blinking through the glass. The mirror flickered. Then Dewan saw himself, not present him, past him, 20 years ago, standing over a woman's body. It was a memory he buried, a mistake, a chase gone wrong, a cover-up. Room 306 had found his secret. The inspector screamed, tearing the mirror off the wall. But behind it was another wall, older, covered in names etched in blood. Anya, Ira, Maya, Nisha, Abha. And now, Dewan. The Silver Pines Hotel was closed a week later, officially due to safety violations, unofficially because no one would go near room 306. But the room never emptied. Some nights, if the snow is heavy, travelers see a dim light in the topmost window. They say you can hear a woman calling someone's name. Sometimes it's Anya, sometimes Ira, sometimes your own. No one ever checks into room 306 anymore. But the ledger in Mr. Nagy's office still fills itself. Every name belongs to someone who tried to leave their guilt behind. But room 306 remembers, and it waits.